We're ready.
Hey, we're ready. Are you ready? We're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're all ready. All right, we wanted to share with you this time of year. You can go out and you can find these. Now, they aren't a real handsome thing, and if you're really going to do much of it, you better put gloves on because he'll share his black with you. But this is a walnut. This is how they are born.
Right.
This is how they come off the tree, isn't it?
Right.
In its totality. Lots of potential that's never been realized yet.
That's true.
And I imagine some people find these like my girls and say, "What is that, Mama?" Because it doesn't have much look to it, does it? You ever looked at newborn babies? But anyhow, we come all in a capsule of a body, and it has potential. It can make you black, but it also has great potential and fruit. Then we get even blacker. Now, this one's been mashed. You can see where something has squished it. It's a good country word. Squished it. And when it squished it, it made the nut come out of this black. What do you think of when you see that, Laura?
Sin.
And we always go there, don't we?
Okay.
Even as little kids, we go there. We start doing what we know better than to do.
Right.
You wouldn't think that of all of us, but we do.
That's the way we were born into sin.
And then there's our mess.
There's our mess.
It doesn't look like it has any potential at all, does it?
No.
Doesn't look like any potential at all.
If you take that and like wipe it across that, would that black spread? Can that
Oh,
sin?
it will spread black wherever it goes.
Yes.
The sin can be spreaded.
It will go. It will be just black wherever it goes.
I just wondered if it would.
Yeah.
Look here. It's just, and if you handle it while it's damp, you will be black.
And you will wear it for a while.
And you will wear it because it will stain. And we all sin. Then, out of all of that, comes something with real potential.
Right.
If we ask Jesus to save us and come into our heart, forgive us of our past, we actually become a living soul, don't we?
We do.
Without all of that gunk that was hanging on us. We still don't look real fruitful.
No.
It really takes a hammer, or it takes a set of nutcrackers that you set that in, and then the force cracks the shell. And then this is a throwaway thing.
Exactly.
That's
right.
You can't eat that.
No. And I was thinking when you said cracks it, in Jeremiah, it says the word is like a hammer that breaks the rocks to pieces.
And that shell is still it's just a throwaway shell. Just like we are in a throwaway body.
Right.
But then, once you crack that, you get to the fruit. Now here's a half fruit. Here's a half of what would be in that. It would be right here in this half of it. And this is part of a half. Sometimes we come in pieces. Sometimes we come in pieces, and we literally are in pieces when the Lord finds us, and when He finally cracks us out of that and He comes into our heart, we start bearing fruit then. What comes to your mind on that, Laura?
Some 30-fold, some 60, and some
100.
10.
And Roger, what's What's the thing you most ever seen on a walnut gatherer? Somebody that gathered walnuts, really made use of the fruit.
Well, we had a neighbor that did. He gathered walnuts every fall, sat all winter on his hearth and hauled them out, put them in a quart jar, put them in his freezer. When he made a cake, he put a whole quart of them in
wow.
one cake. But when I was a kid with no money, I would gather them and sell them for $4 a bushel.
So you see, there's fruit. He was talking about Brother Tom Wheatley, for those of you that remember Brother and Sister Wheatley. He loved to gather. He loved getting the fruit out of this mess. And do you know, just like Roger said, there's wealth in this. I mean, even as a boy, he found that he could make a living. He could get some money for things he wanted by harvesting, like you say, 30. I mean, all the pieces that come out aren't big. 30, 60, 100 fold. But you get the pieces out of here and they're fruit. And you can chop them or however and put them in all kinds of things. Brother Wheatley would literally do quarts of them. And the fruit. You think about that. What started out, look, it's hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. It takes the Lord a lot of effort to get us from encapsulated in sin and hardness to fruit.
It starts out green and then turns.
Yes, on the tree, it's green. Think about what it takes for just a walnut to bear fruit. And you and I are much more complicated than a walnut.
Yes.
And if we're going to bear fruit,
And
We're
we've
gonna-
got to be cracked and gone through the fire, so to speak.
literally, if I had a hammer, I'd show you. Of course, you know what it takes. It takes enough force to break that shell. And then you have to break it, the compartments of it apart, and pick out the fruit. Very seldom does just a big half piece come
Right.
out. The Lord puts a lot of time in on us for us to live for Him, and a lot of time in on us to get us home.